At the 33, following. Ended up just short of the 45 at the 44.
But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route.
Aren't you? And an alley to run. Yards on the play. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for first. Into the red zone, it's Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady gives to Michelle, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Michelle. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Patriots come up empty. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Cousins. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To throw, Cousins. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
We're scoreless after 1.
Wait, that. Wait, 20. 54. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't taking that.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter. Back deep is a very dangerous Mike Hughes. This is taken at the 15. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A toss to Cook. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. He gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Off the play fake, Cousins. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next, and rightly so, because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has got it together, and the defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night in Week 15.
Right there, 54, right there. Yeah, let's go sandwich. Kill.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Brady deferring to White on the draw. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Brady on target to Edelman. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
Brady going to go on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in the field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. They were looking for Johnson that time. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game will just start all over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight. Scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jamie Collins, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Here's Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number 1, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And able to find Dorsett. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
QB's tracks. Let's go.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check Mike, check Mike.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Check 52.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Cousins. And that is incomplete. The safety, Patrick Chung, got a hand in, knocked it away.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming.
On 1st down, it's Cook. Deron Harmon makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Cook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to go. This one, surprisingly, still scoreless. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look to grab a late lead. On 2nd down now. It's Cook, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, it took a while to get something, anything, on the scoreboard, but we finally have our first points of the contest.
So the question now becomes, can they make this one stand up? And the way that these defenses have played, those 3 points almost look like 30, don't they?
Yeah, those 3 points look like a miracle right now.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position. A touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
Back to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now Brady. Dorsett's got him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Brady to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. There he goes right side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
We got 6.
And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well and end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Complete to Watson, the tight end. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Brady now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Brady. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here's Brady to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
Well, you know what they say. It's always fun to work on things. If it didn't go well in your game, with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.